now, right now. Right 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 now, right now. Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We got to add a little addendum to the show map today. So we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. It always has been, but it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government has been getting. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about a warning for all cryptocurrency investors. As you guys know, Bitcoin is currently trading at $66,300. A massive rally has ensued over the last 150 days, and Bitcoin has absolutely moonshot from $25,000 to $66,000, adding 40 grand in price and over $1 trillion in market capitalization. Today, we're going to be warning you guys that are invested in the cryptocurrency space. I'm going to be sharing with you the caution that I have for any of you that are in crypto, and we're going to be talking about where Bitcoin goes from here and how we should be placing our investments in Bitcoin and altcoins in preparation for the bull market that is about to be in full swing. I'm your host, Jeb McAfee. If you guys don't know, I've been working on this YouTube channel, working in the cryptocurrency space for nearly 7 years now. I've been here since Bitcoin was trading at $2,900. When I got into crypto, Ethereum was under $100. And Litecoin was at $41. It hasn't moved that much since then, unfortunately. XRP was right around the same price as it is right now, too. But the vast majority of the cryptocurrencies that you guys are invested in didn't even exist when I was here. I've been doing this for a while. I love cryptocurrency, and my one true passion is to teach you guys how to be wise stewards of finances so that you can grow them for the betterment of your life, and most importantly, so that we can be radically generous with those around us and make a positive impact on their life with the money that we have accrued through investment. By the way, our investments are doing very well. I bet yours are, too. And you're going to want to watch this stream, guys, because I've got one very simple warning that every single last one of you needs to hear. If you want to be successful in cryptocurrency, you're not going to want to miss this, so make sure to stay tuned. I'm not going to make you wait till the end of the stream. I'm about to tell you what it is, and we're going to spend the stream breaking down that warning. All right, let's go ahead and read some chat. We've got Queen in chat today. Coming in first, Sean O'Brien, J.A., Joe Bollier, Marley 123rd, Queen again, Crypto Trucker, Mike said hello. Hello to you. Grand Roofing Incorporated, Gary Peck, Discovering La Florida, Michael C., Harmony Hill Homestead, say that 5 times fast, hum. Crypto Surge is in chat. Dills is in chat. Brandon Sandoval said good morning, and Finsov family. Blaney-O is in Blaney-O and Chris Moe, Crypto Ohio, and Satchet321, and a lot more. We've already got over 250 people watching live right now. Shadrach Frost coming in as one of our moderators. Shout out to him. And also shout out to everybody who stuck around with the channel through the bear market. Shout out to all of you guys that did not get discouraged, that did not quit when the doom and gloom was all over the media. Most of your favorite altcoins were down 95% from all-time high. Bitcoin was down 78% from all-time high, down at 15.5. Almost said buenos dias. Buenos dias, sure, but good on all of you. That's where the buenos came from, I guess. We have a bilingual family, sorry. Praises and good on and proud of all of you and all that for everybody who stuck through the bear market and stuck through all the FUD. This has now been 2 full bear markets that I've been through. I went through the entire 2018 bear market. I went through the entire 2022 and 2023 bear market. And I never stepped out, ever. Obviously, every once in a while there's a day where I wouldn't check the markets, but I was always involved in the space. And there were, in both of those cases, so many naysayers, so many people that said, it's going to zero, it's going to die. I kid you not, I had so many people tell me that they felt sorry for me that I was in the cryptocurrency space. And I never wavered in my belief on Bitcoin in over half a decade, the better part of a decade, 2/3 of a decade now. I never wavered on one thing, and that is that Bitcoin represents the technological manifestation of a philosophy that has been around for thousands of years called financial sovereignty. People are sick and tired of other people manipulating the currency that they are holding and taxing them and controlling it and stealing away their control over their financial destiny and future through means such as inflation, through means such as currency controls, through means such as you name it. The plethora of ways, interest rates, the plethora of ways that our government and large central banks manipulate the currency. People are sick and tired of it. They are sick and tired of trying to get ahead, and they've got to fight against a currency that is working in the opposite direction. Friends, for the last 14 and a half years, about 15 years now, you have had a mechanism, a technological manifestation of that philosophical reality that exists in the minds of hundreds of millions to do something about it. And it's called Bitcoin. And there's a reason why it is exploding. It is not just hype. You're going to hear a lot of this in the coming months. I've heard that people are tired of their currency not working for them. They work hard, day in, day out, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week for their currency. And the currency's working in the opposite direction as them. They are fighting uphill at all times. Bitcoin helps them to not have to struggle with that reality. It is not the solution to every financial problem that we face, but it is one of the greatest solutions to one of the greatest financial difficulties that people have ever faced, not having control over their own currency. Smash that like button if you're excited to be here. Let's go ahead and jump on over to CoinMarketCap. We've got a lot to talk about, guys. Bitcoin up 27.4% in the last 7 days. Let me reiterate that. Bitcoin is up $400 billion in 7 days. Let's just, give me 1 second. GDP, let me just put that in perspective for you. Just had an idea about how we could put that in perspective. Yeah, let's see here. Give me 1 second. So $400 billion. Let's put that in perspective. Gross domestic product. Okay. Found something over here on Investopedia. On Investopedia, $400 billion. Just put that in perspective. Italy is the 10th largest economy in the world. It's got a $2 trillion gross domestic product. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a top 100 list very quickly here because I want to keep it moving. But the point is, $400 billion a year, not a week, but a year, puts you about in the top 25% of nations, economically speaking, which is about the top 1/8. There are about 200 sovereign countries that are recognized in the world. About the top 25 of them, only the top 25 of them have a greater than $400 billion a year gross domestic product. Gross domestic product is basically the sum total of all of the money that changes hands inside of an economy. That's how much $400 billion is. If $400 billion was a company, it would be in the S&P 500 by a country freaking mile. I believe it'd be in the top 100, actually, by a long shot. Oh, sure it would. Yeah, it'd be in the top 100. And that was just the addition. That's not the principle. That's the addition last week. We were at $1.3 trillion. To the naysayers that say that there is no value here on Bitcoin, I say you have no idea what you're talking about. And I've also got some exciting news for you. As speaking on market capitalization, as far as market capitalization is concerned, Bitcoin has actually achieved all-time high. You heard me right. At least it's come very close. All-time high market capitalization on Bitcoin was set on November the 10th, 2021 at $1.27 trillion. At this moment, cryptocurrency market capitalization is at Bitcoin market capitalization is at 1.3. There has been some, not very much, but there has been some inflation ever since the last all-time high. And because of that, the fact that Bitcoin is trading at $66,000 in price actually means, from a market capitalization standpoint, Bitcoin has reached all-time high. It has not reached all-time high on price action yet, but we have actually hit and surpassed, not just hit, but surpassed by about $30 million. We have surpassed all-time high on I'm sorry, not 30 million, 30 billion. We're dealing in astronomical numbers here. $30 billion. About $30 billion we have passed market capitalization all-time high. That is a massive, massive deal. And furthermore, if we go to the total market capitalization charts, total market cap is getting very close to all-time high. If we look at total here, we're going to see, you know, remove these drawings, we're going to see that total market capitalization is not much higher than where we are right now. It's at about 3 trillion. Total market cap right now is about 2.4. That means two things. Number one, if Bitcoin has actually surpassed its market capitalization all-time high and total has not even come close, and there's been a substantial amount of inflation in the altcoins, that means that the altcoins are way behind Bitcoin. Take a look at the Bitcoin chart here. On the wrong screen. Take a look at the Bitcoin chart here. Bitcoin is absolutely mooning. Let's compare it to where it was in December. It's December highs. December highs were about 44. We're at 66 now. Like I said, about 25, 28, 30% rally. Solana, for example, is basically at the exact same level that it was at back during its December highs. Cardano, similar boat. It started to rally, but it hasn't really broken far above it. The altcoins are very far lagging behind. Just notice the difference here. Just do a spot check. Like, look at the difference here. The time scale is not moving, so you can just kind of see how they're compared here. You see that? Bitcoin is running away with it right now. So is Binance, by the way. Bitcoin is running away with it right now, which means a couple of things. Number one, it means if you're holding a lot of Bitcoin like me, we've got about 50% of our portfolio in Bitcoin. I've always tried to maintain it that way because I'm not interested in just trying to make as much money as I possibly can in this bull market. I'm interested in growing our wealth for the next 50 years and creating a financial empire that we use to help you guys and that I can one day leave to my children. So I'm not so much interested in what happens in one tiny, insignificant little bull market. And yes, I do mean to make that small for you because we've got a whole life here. We're talking about the next year as a bull market. You've still got probably 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years that you can work in finances after that. My interest is in mitigating the risk and then still making a bunch of money. And you're still going to make a bunch of money with Bitcoin. We made a ton of money with it. Our portfolio is obviously up substantially right now. The purpose of what I'm saying here is that the altcoins are about to get the attention. You're making a lot of money in Bitcoin, as are we. You're about to end up making even more money in the alts. Our altcoin portfolio is doing significantly well, but it's about to start doing a whole lot better. And so this brings me to my warning for you guys. And that warning is thus. This is becoming your last opportunity to get the investments that you want in your altcoins. You may think it's too late. It's not. They're not at all-time high, not even on a market capitalization standpoint, as Bitcoin is. They're lagging behind Bitcoin. Ethereum's market cap all-time high, for example, is still significantly higher than where it is. It's at $427 billion with a B. Its all-time high is $559 billion in market cap. It's likely going to go much higher than that. We had no talk of an exchange-traded fund back here. None. That was not an option. It was not something that was considered. It was something we thought, oh, maybe 10 years from now, but it wasn't going on back then. Solana has a $75 billion market cap all-time high. It's at $57 billion. Flip the numbers. Cardano, not even close. Cardano's way below its all-time high. Cardano's going to flipping explode, guys. If you haven't built a Cardano position, I don't know what you're doing. All-time high is $92 billion. It's at 27. Guys, you're going to make a lot of money in Cardano. Most likely. I mean, we're dealing with probabilities here, right? Same thing with coins like Chainlink here. Chainlink, take a look at this. All-time high market cap, $20 billion. It's at $11 billion. It's only 50% retraced to all-time high. Not even, because that's if it went to zero. Sheeb and Doge. By the way, Doge has doubled in the last month. In the last week. But not even close to its all-time high at $70 billion. Not even close to where it spent some time up here at $30 billion. Doge could easily go 50% higher than here. Easy. Confessions of a Dogecoin hater. I just bought some Doge right before stream. Sheeb. I'm glad that I was holding some Sheeb and Doge. I recommended that you guys get some Sheeb and Doge. I hope you remember that, because I did. I was like, hey, look, altcoins are going to pump, and when they do, Sheeb and Doge are the two biggest ones, so they're going to get most of the attention. Shiba Inu is up 188% in a week. Now, you see that outside of the top 100 sometimes, but friends, this is rank number 11. This just added like $10 billion in a week. Went from 5 billion or so, 5 billion to 18 billion. Sheeb's probably not done, to be honest with you guys. Sheeb's all-time high, $43 billion. It's at $16 billion right now. Again, we're not worried about price all-time high. We're worried about market cap all-time high, because market capitalization is price and circulating supply. We've got to factor both in, okay? So my warning to you to conclude our first segment here of the stream is thus. This is your final warning call to begin building your altcoin portfolio. Because I'm not going to lie, we're probably a few months away from starting to cycle out of our altcoin portfolio. which means that if you want to have something to harvest when harvest season comes, you need to actually plant something in the ground now. So, are you going to do that? Are you going to sow seeds that you can then plant? My warning to you this morning is that you are running out of time to plant seeds that will actually be profitable. I don't want you buying many altcoins above all-time high. It's about to be in a place where I'd say hold off for a little bit on buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin, the worst case scenario here is Bitcoin may only go to 75 or 100. It may only go to 75 or 100. That's $2 trillion almost. But you get my point. It may only go to $75,000 or $100,000. If it does, I don't really want you buying at 70. You're taking a lot of risk because you're buying so high for a little bit of a reward. Holy cow. Rick4962 just donated $300. I'm just going to take a pause real quick and shout him out. Wow. That's a big donation. Thank you, Rick. Thanks, Jeb. I've always listened to you. Small gift to say thanks. Thank you so much, Rick. And you have done very, very well for yourself in crypto. Rick one time, and Rick, obviously, before I even say anything, you guys know I have a 100% strict confidence policy. But I will say this. Rick sent me a screenshot one time, and holy cow, I understand why $300 is a small amount to you. Goodness. This dude's an inspiration. You guys ought to, like, ask him for his Telegram or something and pick his brain. This dude's, like, whew, on another level. That's all I'll say, because none of my business. None of y'all's business either. But, man, Rick has done very well for himself. Let me just brag on him without giving any specifics. To say $300 is a small amount, thank you very much for that. Shout out to you, Rick4962, Yard Dog out of Knoxville, Tennessee. I gotta know, are you gonna like go national with the lawn business? Like, are you gonna take the money and like do some kind of giant expansion with it, or are you gonna retire with it? I'm curious what your plans are, man. You are one of our very, very, very successful members of the stream. Where do you allocate the $300? Perhaps Cardano and a meme? Where do you allocate that $300? That $300, that $300 is probably going to go into business operations because it's coming from business operations. You know, we've got about 7 or 8 different revenue streams. YouTube ad revenue and super chats and everything is one of them. So that's probably going to go into expansion because I want to make more content on the channel. Let me just tell you something real quick. I don't mean to brag, but I'm going to let you know. I could probably actually, I'm not even going to say that because that's going to sound egotistical. Let's read chat for just a second, and then we're going to keep it moving here. Michael said, "Good morning, Jeb. A crazy Monday already, bud." That's right. That's absolutely right. As far as the question, though, where would it go, Cardano and meme coin? Well, I will let you know that just this morning, right before we went on stream, I went ahead and bought some Cardano, and I bought some Doge and some Sheep. I also bought Solana, and I bought, what else did I buy? I think I bought some Chainlink. So just did a little kind of extra cash infusion just recently. A lot of money to be made there. So like I said, guys, to wrap out this first segment of the stream, this is your final warning call to start getting into cryptocurrency. I want you to spend this, and what I mean by that is that more than likely in the next 3 months or so, we're going to start looking at cycling out. Many of you guys are really, really scared about how to cycle out. I am going to explain it to you. I'm going to show you guys how you can cycle out of your cryptocurrency investments, but you need to actually make the cryptocurrency investments first. By the way, we got Tom Crown in chat, who is also live right now, and he might be hitting 100K before Bitcoin. Hopefully he will. Bitcoin's probably going to take a little bit to get to 100K. He's only like 3,000 subscribers away. He's looking at our chat, and we're looking at his chat. That's really funny. Go make sure to subscribe to Tom Crown. Hola. Go make sure to subscribe to Tom Crown if you haven't already. Thank you so much for checking in, my friend. Hello to your chat as well. I'm retiring after 30 years. Peace vibes. Boom! I love it, Rick. That's awesome. All right, let's get back into it. Now, we had a warning that it's our last chance to get into cryptocurrencies. Not our last chance, but we're getting into that territory. What do we do with that? Well, let's look at some of the altcoins and let's figure out what we should actually be talking about purchasing. I tell you guys all the time the structure, right? Go back and watch our most recent Climate of Crypto video if you want. It went out last Thursday if you want to see more content on that. But let's talk about what altcoins we ought to get into. First and foremost, Ethereum. I want to explain why you ought to hold some Ethereum and why it's going to perform very, 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 very well. Ethereum is going to perform exceptionally well for a few reasons. Number one, it is the only cryptocurrency worth over $100 billion other than Bitcoin, which puts it in a league of its own. It is the only cryptocurrency outside of Bitcoin that is likely to get an exchange-traded fund in the next couple of years, and it is the only cryptocurrency that you can buy and have exposure to pretty much the entire decentralized the entire decentralized finance ecosystem. When you buy Ethereum, you are not just buying ETH, you are also buying the entire DeFi space. And so Ethereum almost acts as an index fund for DeFi. And that is the value of Ethereum of the Ethereum exchange traded fund that we're likely about to see when Ethereum does get its ETF, because at this point it's most likely going to happen. I would be very surprised if SEC is able to hold off for that long. When they get their exchange traded fund, they are going to more than likely absolutely moonshot. ETH will likely go to well over $1 trillion. Ethereum will likely rally to well over $10,000, more than likely to $15,000 or $20,000. And you're going to want to hold on to some of this. I highly recommend that you invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum and you hold it for the duration of the bull market and beyond. I am not that interested in cycling out much of Bitcoin and Ethereum. I haven't decided exactly how much I'm going to cycle out, but I might sell like a quarter of it. I'm not going to be selling all of it. I'm not even sure if I'm going to sell any of it, to be totally honest with you. I think both of these assets are going to last a very long time, and I think the wiser option may be just to hold on to them forever, to be quite honest with you. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm still thinking about it and praying about it. But Ethereum is in a league of its own, and I would highly recommend to hold on to some of it for your life. Hold on to it for 10 years and then retire. Some of you guys are in your 40s or 50s. Hold on to it for 10 or 15 years. Use it as part of your retirement. Hold on to it for 10 or 15 years, and then when it's at $1 million, sell one of them, pay off your mortgage, whatever it is. Now, let's move on down the list. You've got Binance, Solana, XRP, Cardano. I would highly recommend that you have all of those in your portfolio, but I want to skip down and talk about some of the smaller ones. I've talked about the big caps. You guys know a lot of the medium caps, but let's talk about some of the small caps. Caspa, great project. It's actually down right now. It's actually kind of missing out on this market movement, which is exciting because that means it is the option that you pick right now. If you're trying to figure out what you buy, I'd consider Caspa. It's going to have its day, but it's taking a break right now. It's much better to buy on the red than it is to buy on the green. Caspa is a project that if you're not familiar with it, a lot of our viewers are familiar with it, but if you're not familiar with it, I'll let you know what it is. It's a project that is attempting to do what Litecoin never could. It is attempting to be a proof of work cryptocurrency with massive capabilities for settlement times, transactional throughput as far as the how quickly it moves, and also, of course, it is attempting to be silver to Bitcoin's gold. If you have not bought Caspa, I think you're missing out, and I think it is actually going to probably jump into and stay in the top 20. I don't say that about very many cryptocurrencies, but I think Caspa is going to be one of them. Chainlink's another good one, someone just mentioned. So if you haven't bought Caspa, I would recommend it. Hashtag not sponsored. We never take coin sponsorships. Guys, we've been offered over $100,000 for a coin sponsorship before. We turned it down. No. Period. Integrity is of infinite value. Money has a value. I don't take coin sponsorships, if anybody's wondering about that. I'm not kidding. We've been offered at least 10. Actually, it may not have been $100,000 because one of my team members saw it, and I was like, I don't even want to know the number, but the answer is no. I think they said it was over 100K. I didn't see it with my own eyes. But I've seen sponsorship opportunities for tens of thousands of dollars for coins. I don't take them. Never have, never will. We take sponsors. I'm about to tell you about some of them, but not coin sponsorships because there's a vested interest there. Caspa is a cryptocurrency that I genuinely believe in. Pepe, by the way, is up 1% for every day of the year over the last 7 days, up 364%. Like I said, meme coins, it's a good idea to have some. Render is another cryptocurrency I'm looking at that is not just exploding right now. I want to look more into this before I buy any of it, but I'm very interested in it. It's got a max supply, and this is a really cool GPU diversifying protocol. This is a very interesting project. Distributed GPU rendering on the blockchain. Whoa! For those of you out there that do, and there's probably not many of you in our audience that do this, but for the people out there that are doing, just any kind of animation, anything that needs GPU technology, this is decentralizing GPU computing power for next generation 3D content creation. That is very cool. That's a great idea. And I honestly think Render is going to do very, very well. They've also got a cool name. They actually managed to secure rendernetwork.com. Great URL. I think that Render is going to do very well. It went to an all-time high. It's well beyond its market cap all-time high. I would consider this a small cap. This is a small cap pick that I'm thinking about getting some of that has not. It has not just absolutely moonshot yet. There's still a lot of opportunity there. Let's see another one that I want to talk about. Arbitrum. Arbitrum has done relatively well for itself. Let's take a look at DeFi Llama. If we go over and look at ARB, it's got a lot of TVL. It's been doing very, very well for itself. Let's go look at Arbitrum. 3.38 billion here. A lot of TVL coming into the space. Ever since October, it's doubled its total value locked. A lot of value over there in Arbitrum. It's a layer 2 built on top of Ethereum. It's got a lot of projects built on it. Uniswap's also built on it. Aave's built on it. Speaking of, Aave's another good pick. Arbitrum's one that we hold. Pretty excited about that. Let's see. Some other ones that I want to point out to you. Quant is one that I want to point out. A lot of people are very excited about that. By the way, Dog with Hat. I forgot who it was in a coaching call, but if you're watching this stream, I did a coaching call with some. I forgot who it was that had Dog with Hat, but they just made a bunch of money. So, like I said, Dogecoin, meme coins going great is normally your signal that the bull market is in full swing and there's about to be an altcoin season. A lot of times when there's an altcoin season, the altcoins go first. When there's an altcoin season, the altcoins go first. Sorry, I was reading chat. A lot of times when there's an altcoin season, the meme coins go first. So that's very exciting. Floki's doing well. Axie Infinity is doing well. It's up 27% in the last 7 days. That's a small cap that I would recommend looking into. Good cryptocurrency gaming projects. Let's see. We've also gotten Decentraland's doing well. I would avoid EOS personally. Sorry to EOS. BitGet token, I would recommend checking out. It's down a lot in the last 7 days, but BitGet is an exchange that's been doing well. I don't personally use it, but it does have a lot of volume, and so you want to kind of factor that in. It has done very well. It's up here ranked number 12. Binance obviously has its own cryptocurrency, and it has done exceptionally well. So BitGet token's one that you might look into. There's a lot of small cap altcoins down here that you're going to want to pay close attention to. VeChain, another one. If you haven't gotten VeChain, that was the other one I bought this morning. I just bought some more VeChain. Our VeChain has just been absolutely killing it. VET, if you haven't gotten VET, I think it's going to do very well. I know a lot of you guys are holding VET from the last bull market, waiting for it to go back to its level. VeChain has a long way to go. I like altcoins that look like this. I like them, man. This is probably going to go to all-time high. That is $16 billion market capitalization. It's at $3.7 billion right now. VeChain, like I said, I mentioned this on a stream recently. VeChain just did a rebrand. Do you know how much money it costs to do a rebrand? You don't do a rebrand unless you're very confident that you're about to have growth. I told you guys, the branding on CryptoJeb, which is, to be honest with you, a lot simpler than the VeChain's branding. We spent over $100,000 in over 18 months on the CryptoJeb branding to get it right. And you might think, Jeb, that's insane. And there were some ways that we should have cut costs on that. It shouldn't have been quite that expensive. But there's a lot of flipping work that goes into the CryptoJeb brand. You know, the brand book on CryptoJeb is like 40 pages long. There's so much that goes into branding. You don't embark on rebranding unless you know, I'm saying you basically know that the project that you're branding is about to do very well. Yeah, we spent $100,000 on CryptoJeb, but we were also bringing in 10,000 subscribers a month and 1 million views a month and all that. And we had several projects flying, and it made a lot of sense. And it still makes sense. It was a good branding opportunity, and it worked out well because we knew that there was growth going on, and that growth has happened. We're at all-time high in subscribers right now, about to be there. VeChain is another project that just rebranded, and that is a big mark of confidence because the team would not have set out to spend that much money on rebranding if they didn't know that they were about to do a lot with that project. Very excited about VeChain. Definitely recommend having some of it in your investment portfolio. Now, JA donated $10. Said, I have $37,000 now in Mara stock, and $19,000 of that is profit. Would you recommend letting it continue to run or cash out and put in an altcoin for better gains this run? I always recommend, JA, for one thing is that my philosophy with investing is a lot like picking fruit. You pick the fruit from the bottom of the tree first, and then you pick the fruit on the top of the tree. Because why not take the easy? Right? When the global oil market for the last 150 years has drilled for light sweet oil. You've got heavy and light, and you've got sweet and sour oil. There's two different, it's heavy or sweet. I'm sorry, it's heavy or it's light, and it's sour and it's sweet. If it's heavy and sour, it's a lot harder to refine. It costs more money, and the end product ends up having less profit. If you've got light sweet oil, which is what a lot of areas in America had, especially in like Texas, then you drill that first because it's cheaper and you have a higher profit margin because it's easier to refine. It's already closer to the refined product than the heavy and the sour oil. So you drill for that oil first because you've got a higher profit margin with lower risk. You've got less risk of ending up unprofitable on that. So it is a better investment. It's the same thing as picking low-hanging fruit. It is easier to pick the low-hanging fruit. If you have to get the cherry picker out and you get up there on the top of the tree, there's a chance that some of that fruit will be rotten up there. Maybe something could have gone wrong, right? You pick the fruit, you just reach up and grab it. You get the low-hanging fruit first. The low-hanging fruit in investments is investing in the market as a whole. In cryptocurrency, that looks like investing in 20 or 30 different cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum always. Then 10 to 15 in the medium caps, 10 to 15 in the small caps, and diversifying your risk profile because the whole market is going to rally. Almost certainly total is going to rally. You're basically trying to invest in the total, TOTAL, charts over on TradingView. And in the stock market, that looks like buying the S&P 500 or a fund that looks very similar to it. From there, then you get more complicated. If you're in a single stock, if you're in a single cryptocurrency, I highly recommend that you diversify into having the market, and then on top of that, you can pick the higher hanging fruit. You can drill for the heavy sour oil. Just get the light sweet oil first. Get the low hanging fruit first. Get the fruit, get the oil that is cheaper and less risky to invest in, because if you do that over and over for the next 20 years, you are going to be so much more wealthy because you're not going to get wiped out 2 or 3 times. You're not going to have a bankruptcy in the middle of that because you settled for slightly lower returns while almost eliminating the risk of getting eliminated, and you will do better with the long-term benefits of compounding interest. It's very hard to compound interest when you get wiped out and go bankrupt, because you put too much money in one coin. So if you've got all of your money in a single stock or all of your money in a single cryptocurrency, unless that single cryptocurrency is Bitcoin, then I certainly recommend that you diversify into buying a portfolio. And then on top of that, you can buy single stocks. So to your question, if you've got $37,000 in Mara, which I actually want to get into this kind of stage where I kind of analyze you guys' portfolio and give you guys some feedback. If you've got $37,000 in Mara, 19 is profit, I would certainly take a good portion of that, maybe the 19 is profit, diversify and put it into a broad-based portfolio in the cryptocurrency space or even in the stock market. If you got that much money in a single stock and you don't have anything set aside for retirement, I think that's a mistake, because that's low-hanging fruit also. That's securing your future. But you can get a broad-based cryptocurrency investment allocation. An example would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano, Chainlink, Polygon. Let's run down the list here. You could have some VeChain as a small cap, Uniswap, Toncoin, you could throw in some Pepe, meme coin, Dogecoin, Sheeb, Render, Monero, Arbitrum, Algo. These are just an example. Aave, Quant, Tezos, Helium, Axie, and just kind of build out a portfolio like that. If you've got all of your money in a single stock or in a single cryptocurrency, take some of the profits today, even if you're going to miss out on some obvious returns. Lower the risk, be happy with making slightly less money for the sake of not losing it all. That's a good trade-off, in my opinion. Build out a broad portfolio-based investment strategy. And then, if you have that, and you're investing into that on a weekly basis, then sure, go ahead, buy some single stocks. You can play in single stocks all you want. That's fine. But get yourself in the market. The market. Buy the market first. That is where you will secure your future. If you buy nothing else in cryptocurrency, buy Bitcoin and ETH. That can be the start of it, but at least buy that. Pepe climbs up to the moon. Yep. Nobody ever talks about paying your taxes. Yes, Jason Berry, whenever I do coaching, which at this point I'm basically doing a coaching call every single day. If you guys don't know, I have a financial coaching link down there. I don't even talk about it that much because I mention it like once a week, and then I fill up for the whole week. So if you want, it's down there. I'll probably fill up probably 10 of you guys will sign up now. But which I love talking to you, is the highlight of my day, that and coffee and crypto, because I get to interact with you directly. Wow, we've got a lot of coaching calls coming up, actually. But in the coaching calls, I talk to you guys about how to take profits and set aside money for taxes. What I always recommend is to set aside 30% for taxes. You're probably not going to pay that much in taxes, and I hope you don't pay that much in taxes, but I'd rather you set aside too much money and then pay your taxes, and then you end up just having a chunk of change. You basically give yourself a tax return. If you want to do the math and actually calculate exactly what your tax bill is going to be, then you can set aside that much. But if you're not sure, my general rule is set aside 30%. Set aside 30% and pay your taxes. Let's see. Crypto Trucker Mike said, Yo, Crypto Jeb is the man. Just wanted to set the record straight. STR8. Well, thank you, Crypto Trucker Mike, for the 100. Thank you very much. All right, let's read a little bit more chat here. Your favorite cryptocurrencies. And in fact, Bitcoin is at all-time high when it comes to market capitalization. By the way, before we read another chat, I do want to let you guys know that today's stream is brought to you by NordVPN. The reason that you want to sign up for NordVPN is thus. You just made 25% more than likely on your portfolio in the last week. Do you want to lose it? No? Okay. Sign up for NordVPN. It's that simple. Why? Because NordVPN is going to give you guessed it, a VPN, which is a virtual private network, which will allow you to shield yourself while you browse online, making it significantly harder for hackers and thieves to figure out who you are, track you, and hack you. If you want to protect yourselves from hackers and thieves, one of the best things that you can possibly do after proper password management, which, by the way, NordVPN has a great solution for that as well. You can find links for that on their website. One of the best things that you can do is get a VPN, a virtual private network. You've heard of NordVPN. You've thought about signing up for NordVPN. You haven't done it yet, more than likely. And the reason is because you think it's not worth it. Let me ask you this. You've probably got a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 portfolio. You might have a $100,000 portfolio. When I sit down with you guys, a lot of you guys have $300, $500 million portfolios. $300,000, $500,000, $1 million portfolio. Some of you got 10,000. Some of you got 5,000. Whatever. You can spend $200, get a 2-year plan for NordVPN, protect yourself for the entire bull market. That is what we call a good investment. I don't know how else to put it. Just sign up for NordVPN. Link is in the description box down below. And shout out to everybody who has joined us. How much is it for coaching? I charge $150 an hour. I was charging $200 an hour, but I thought, you know what? I could, but I really want to get a lot of volume. I want to make it accessible to you guys. I'm working on a course right now called the Financial Sovereignty Academy, which will be teaching everything that I want to teach you guys about finances. But for now, if you want to hear about that from me, then financial coaching is your place to go. You can find the link down below. Make sure to sign up for NordVPN as well and protect yourself for the duration of the bull market. 30% is definitely a safe amount to set aside from profit for taxes. Yes, it is. I doubt you'll have to pay that much, but I would rather you set aside more because I've gone through life with a simple philosophy. I would rather be surprised in the positive than surprised in the negative. I would rather not know, like if I'm 10 years old, right? I would rather not know that I'm going to Disney World and then somebody be like, oh, you're going to Disney. Oh my gosh, I'm going to Disney. Or wherever, Epcot, the movie, whatever. I'd rather not know and then be surprised and like, oh, really? I get to do that? That's awesome. Then, hey, we're going to go do this. Oh, JK, no, we're not. I would much rather be surprised in the positive. Please lend me some Bitcoins. I'm afraid I can't do that solo. I wouldn't want to put you in debt. Pew Pew Poom 2 said, Jeb, ignoring me. I am not trying to ignore you, my friend. You're probably asking about the ZK rollups, aren't you? Let's see. ZF chart. I was close. Let's see. I will read that in just a second. Yeah, so yes, 30% safe amount. Probably won't need that much, but better to be pleasantly surprised is my philosophy. So yes, really excited for all of that. All right, we can look at that chart really quickly. Why do you think Chainlink is dumping every rally? I think Chainlink is a cryptocurrency that is, to be honest with you, I don't think it gets caught up in the hype as much because it's such a well-established cryptocurrency. People kind of just know it's going to go to all-time high. It's just such a good cryptocurrency. I don't know how else to put it. It's a very, very solid project. Let's see. ZF. ZK Swap Finance. ZK Swap. Rank number 828 on CoinMarketCap. $23 million market cap. It's moving up. Pew Pew Poom 2 likes to play with these little cap projects. But hey, I mean, it's up 300% recently. So that's exciting. I don't know anything about it, so I couldn't tell you much about it. Well, ZK Swap Finance, I take that back. We looked at this. The first swap to earn platform. I'm kind of tempted to get some. Looks like a decent project. It's over on gate.io. Let's see. First swap to earn APR 100%. What in the world? I would like to know how they're doing that. That's a crazy return. Fee APR, farm APR. Huh. I might buy some. You know, the cool thing about small caps like this is if you want, you can just be like, whatever. I'll throw $250 at it. If it does anything good, then it'll be a ton of money. I don't need to put much into it. I might buy, you know what? I might buy some. I'm not going to commit to it. I might buy some just for the heck of it because it does look to be doing very well. It's got a good looking website. I'll say that. Start trading ZK on gate.io March the 2nd. Oh, it just got a listing. That's part of what's causing it to pump so much. Yeah, I mean, kind of all these small cap projects do really well in the bull market. There's no such thing as money. We've got some interesting thoughts here in chat. How much longer will you be DCAing into alts? I'm going to estimate another 3 months. What does the magic crystal ball Lux Algo say right now? Crypto Guapo said. Great question. Let's look at it. Lux Algo right now is very much bullish, obviously. be silly not to be. Our take profit is at $66,500, and we are on the outside of the Bollinger Bands here on the weekly chart, by the way. The last time we were there was right here. Now, that actually triggered a huge buy on Bitcoin because we hit the all-time high and broke it. We went on a massive rally. So the comparison here on Lux Algo would be to this point in time, basically December of 2020. I remember that because I was going on my first snowboarding trip, and I was recommending someone to get into Bitcoin and ETH, and they ended up making a ton of money on it. But yeah, Bitcoin is the thing that I would like to point out here is that Bitcoin is moving above the reversal zone on Lux Algo. That, generally speaking, means that there is so much bullishness that you're about to have an absolute blue sky breakout movement. I think that Bitcoin could very well be at $100,000 in the next several months. I predicted sometime in Q3 to the very beginning of Q4 earlier on, about 2-3 months ago, we predicted that. It may even come true sooner than that. Lux Algo is obviously very bullish on Bitcoin. If you've not bought Lux Algo, you should, and you'll also be getting access to the Crypto Jeb Oscillator, which, as you can see right here, is very powerful. It is saying the bullish momentum is stronger and growing in strength faster than it has ever since the beginning of the last bull market. And so we're very excited to be in partnership with Lux Algo and have our own indicator with them. So sign up for Lux Algo using the link in the description box down below or by going to luxalgo.com/Jeb. Make sure to go to luxalgo.com/Jeb to get that 20% off coupon code also. Definitely going to want to do that. All right. Let's read a little bit more chat, and then we're going to wrap it out here. Greatly appreciate all of you for tuning in. Raphael, I'm not going to do that today because we're spamming the chat, my friend. I'm sorry. I can't do it because you're spamming the chat. Because you're spamming the chat is why I can't do that. Shadrach Frost said, as a CT2A member, I cannot stress enough on how investing in my knowledge helped me make so many better decisions. I would highly recommend others to consider CT2A. Yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with CT2A, that's another great point. The Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy is the one-stop shop to learn everything that you need to know about technical analysis. If you sign up for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy over here, you're going to be getting access to the academy that is officially sponsored by Blowfin, by the way. And you're going to be getting access to 50 videos teaching you everything that you need to know about technical analysis so you can hit the ground running, making a ton of money in the cryptocurrency space. Make sure to check out CT2A with the link in the description box down below. New video coming out there very, very soon. And one more thing I will mention, Michael Soto said, best place to buy Bitcoin, help please. I would recommend signing up for the exchange Blowfin. I actually want to mention Blowfin over here with the order books. Show you guys the order books over here. Blowfin is an excellent cryptocurrency exchange. And one of the things I like about it is that you've got a depth chart over here that will help you to understand how much the bulls and the bears are succeeding. Right now, the bulls have way more buy orders than the bears have sell orders. You can see the 136 Bitcoin, 150 Bitcoin compared to 80 Bitcoin. First of all, that should tell you the volume on Blowfin is very high, which means it's a big, strong, safe exchange. But in context of the market, this should also show you that the bulls are way stronger. Look at the spread here. Look at the valley. There's almost no resistance here, up to like 66.4. Nobody's selling right now. Nobody's shorting the market. The only people selling right now are the people taking profit, but they can only take profit for so long because then they're cycling out of being bears and they're cycling that back into the people that are bulls. So the bulls are gaining strength with time. Time is on the bulls' side. If you want to sign up for a cryptocurrency exchange, Blowfin does a great job of having a payment gateway. You can see here that you can buy cryptocurrency with your fiat to cryptocurrency gateway right here with Blowfin. Just sign up with the link in the description box down below. They've got access to over 300 plus markets. So if you want a cryptocurrency, they've probably got it. They've most certainly got it. Most likely got it. They've got their spot markets over here, and they've also got futures markets, which, by the way, they will take you up to 150x leverage. And you might be thinking, well, Jeb, what about the KYC? Well, the good news is with Blowfin, there is no KYC. So you get to maintain your privacy. There's no KYC. You can get access to that leverage with no KYC, even in the United States, as far as I'm aware. So sign up for Blowfin with the link in the description box down below. Get access to futures and perpetual and 150x leverage if you want. Please be very careful with leverage. Do not use. I'm glad they have this here. This is one of the reasons I like Blowfin, this kind of stuff. High leverage. Please trade with caution. You know how much money exchanges make when you use 150x leverage? To put that there and discourage people who don't know what they're doing from using 150x leverage is what I call integrity, because they're more interested in keeping you safe than making a buttload of trading fees off of you using 150x leverage and getting wrecked. A lot of exchanges that have 150x leverage encourage you to use 150x leverage because they make a bunch of money even if you get annihilated. When you're down here on 5 or 10x leverage, it's a lot harder to get wrecked. When you get up to 50x leverage, they've got this little warning here. That should show you something about the team behind the scenes. I'm happy about that. One final thing I'll mention with Blowfin is that they are backed up by Fireblocks. That's where they do their custody. And so They are all around my favorite cryptocurrency exchange in the entire space. You can sign up with them with the link in the description box down below or by going to blowfin.com/Jeb. I think that'll take you there. Actually, I would recommend just using the link down below because it's a slightly different blowfin.com/CryptoJeb. I'm not exactly sure. Just use the link down below. You get access to the exchange. All right. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. I'm going to read one more chat and then we're going to wrap it out here. Wrap it out at 10:45 like we're supposed to. We're actually on time. Let's see. You think Bitcoin will crash after the halving? There will be a 20% drop at some point. That's what I've been saying. At some point, there will be a 20% drop. And so we want to be ready for that. Will there be another bull run? We're in it right now. We are in that bull run right now. When will the next cycle be after this? Probably years from now. So make sure you take advantage of this while you can. Safest exchange, anyone? Maori knows? I would say Blowfin. They are secured by Fireblocks, which means that they have the industry lead for security backing them up. If you're looking for the safest exchange, I would give Blowfin that kudos. Get your portfolios out of dormant status. Heck yeah. All right, guys, we are going to wrap it out. I hope you guys did enjoy today's stream. Make sure to hit that like button. And thank you again so much to Rick4962, Yard Dog, for his donation. And thank you guys to all of you who have tuned in, listened to us, and who are subscribing to the channel. Really excited to see how you guys are going to do in this coming bull market. And that's going to wrap it out. Before we go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good